it's like statute of limitations is over, so now it's like the tell-all.
Like, you can't go to jail anymore.
Yeah, you can't get sued.
And obviously, the hugest question that people have asked, will you guys be making a channel together? Will we guys see you guys together again?
And I didn't like that. And there's like one cheat day episode that will like haunt me for the rest of my life.
What?
Like, who hated each other? Tell me.
You can edit this out, but do you want to talk about that one day that I know you and I were really uncomfortable?
Oh yeah.
These are their stories.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, the gang is back together. The reunion is happening.
Yay.
Listen, first of all, before you watch this video, if you haven't seen my last video titled The Fate of Clevver Style, what happened to Clevver Style? The answer, you're gonna be very confused. So stop this video and go watch that first, and then once you get all that information, come back on over here and have some fun. Because that one's depressing.
No, I thought you did a great job with that video.
Thank you, thank you. We don't need to recap it. You guys, if you saw that video, you know what happened. So now we're here to answer your questions, as the title says, because we just felt like it was right, you know?
We also missed each other. We haven't seen each other for so long, all together. Like all four of us together.
Also, we all technically live in the valley. Like, we have no excuse.
I'm 7 minutes from you.
With Madeline,
I know.
what?
Did you guys not live? Do you guys?
Oh, I live like 13 minutes away.
Yeah, and I'm like
you're
17 minutes.
Yeah,
It's only one, it's like one freeway. I literally live on the other side of the planet sometimes, but to get to Drew's takes me so quick.
No, that's why it was funny when we would all go to Clevver, we were always all running late because it took us each an hour.
Well,
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
like,
it was
well,
far.
that was really hard.
I know, but now, minutes.
Now
I know,
it's like
minutes.
2 seconds away.
It's like we should meet every month or something.
Hey, no spoilers.
Yeah,
no
okay.
spoilers. Okay, so I took some of the questions that you guys put in the comments of the last video, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna tackle them and answer any questions that you guys had about Clevver, because I feel like it's like statute of limitations is over, so now it's like the tell-all.
Like, all our contracts have been like released. We're writing our book.
Right.
You can't go to jail anymore.
Yeah, you can't get sued.
Right. No, but I also want to preface this by saying, like, in case it wasn't clear in the video, we had great jobs. Like, yes, as any job would have, there were ups, there were downs, there were things that were frustrating. Obviously, the way it ended was not ideal, but like, it was like a great job.
Dream job.
A dream job.
It was that.
We wish it was still going on.
Yeah, of course.
True.
It was a really easy job too, and I hate to say that because it takes away from how much we put into it, because we did, but it was easy in the sense that you don't find a lot of people being like, oh, I went to work, laughed my ass off, hung out with my best friends. Like, I met all of my best friends at Clevver.
Yeah.
And even as people left too, it's like, they're still my best friends today, so it just shows how great that job was.
Yeah, I mean, there was times where I was like, oh, like, I think I'm done with Clevver. But I was like, no, like, I get to see my friends and get paid to see my friends. Like, you're stupid. Like, you stay as long as possible, because it was a dream job. Like, we got to work with each other. We love each other. We got free clothes.
Free clothes. That's one of the questions. We can address it now. Because somebody asked, and I wanted to find it so I can shout out your guys' names. If I see it, I'll shout out your name who asked. But somebody asked, they were like, so all the clothes that you tried on, did you get to keep them? What was the deal? And one person was like saying that it made her really upset, the fact that we would talk about not getting to keep them all. She was like, you guys deserve to keep them. So just to address how it was, continue.
Well, you guys should start, because Sinead, Drew, and Madeline were in an era where at the beginning of like Clevver Style, you guys got to keep everything, and y'all were making like, no, like y'all were getting thousands.
Okay, so we're talking about like old Clevver or new Clevver?
No, new dollars
keeping thousands of dollars.
Yeah, but at old Clevver too, like,
no, we're talking about Clevver
old
Style, not
Clevver,
new Clevver
yeah,
Style.
old Clevver you would get to keep stuff too, but new Clevver, it was like a different ball game when we first got, when we first started new Clevver.
Yeah.
And like Drew and I would always talk about this because there was this one episode where we went to Ulta.
Oh, yeah. Da-da-da-da! Your presence is required.
Okay.
So presents like Santa.
Overly smelling like a sugar cookie.
No. You don't.
Oh my God, these benefit boxes are so cute.
Sinead,
yes.
Sinead, listen closely. You see my face? You see these brows?
Yeah, they're amazing.
The precisely number 6. You know who would love this?
Who?
Winnie the Pooh.
You know who also would love this?
Who?
Me.
All right, ladies, how was it?
Oh
Did you
my
get everything
gosh.
you wanted?
Honestly, yes.
Amazing.
Plus, like gifts for all of our family members too.
I think this is the most efficient holiday shopping I've ever done.
Yeah, for sure. Because we shop for ourselves too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's be real.
I was so jealous. I was so
We
jealous.
talked about that Ulta episode, like, the last time we talked about it was like, probably like 3 months ago. Like, it's still one of those things we talk about because we got to keep every single thing in that episode.
That's crazy.
It was amazing.
It was wild. That was the most insane.
Thousands of
No,
dollars.
it was like
No.
like maybe like 500 each.
Yeah.
Of
That's a lot. Yeah.
With like makeup and stuff.
Yeah.
But like at the beginning we felt like we were balling. But like also shouldn't
Deserved
be getting
it
this because it's
based
not
on
like
me.
we were getting paid hella money either.
That's true.
So true.
But at the time that we were like hella balling and getting to keep a lot of stuff was also during a time where our rates were incredibly low.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't get any back end of the channel. We don't make any money from the channel. We just get paid a day rate, and
Right.
then on top of that, we get like little bonuses like the free clothes.
Right.
But so yeah, like when I first started, I remember it was around Halloween, and we got to keep pretty much all of like the costumes we were trying on, like anything. They were like, yeah, it's fine. A lot of it was also gifted to the channel from places like Fashion Nova.
Right.
And then towards the end, it was like keep like 1 or 2 of your favorite pieces from that day or
Right.
shoot. So it
Yeah.
got a little bit like
Yeah.
tricky. Yeah, less and less.
Yeah, so towards the end we would shoot like 3 episodes in a day, and then how many outfits that is, we would get to keep like 1 maybe full outfit, whatever. Basically like as
But that continues. I know.
Like
but
my
that
whole closet.
continues.
It's
It's so true.
Everything clever.
I feel like it's also important for people to understand, like, it didn't go from you can keep everything to then all of a sudden, like, oh, towards the end. It was like that for a while there leading up to
It
the
was,
end, where
yeah.
it was truly like I would say probably upwards of like almost a year, if not a year or slightly more than a year, that it was like we could already see that they were cutting our budget.
Right.
It
Yeah,
became
but
very
it also,
obvious.
it wasn't that the clothes were then given to like the producers, they were returning
Right,
a lot.
they were returning
because
a lot,
they wanted
so.
to save budget, so we started to have our eyes open to like maybe the budget was like becoming a really big issue. And that's why they were like, only keep because we really want to get as much money back as we can.
But even then, still, if you think about the other channels that were kind of similar to ours, we were extremely blessed. I feel like other companies would just return everything.
Right.
And I think, most of us, at the end of each shoot, we were leaving with at least like $300 worth of
Seriously,
stuff.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
every shoot we were leaving with $300 to $500
Yeah.
worth of items.
I
Because
was-
we would pick expensive shit.
I know. Well, I was gonna say, my people,
Not on purpose, but
people
like
always-
Why the fuck you lying?
What were your favorite episodes to film? My favorites were like the ones where we would be like retail ratings for different clothing stores because we
Yeah.
literally got to like take our time at home, pick out like our favorite top from that place. Like,
Right.
we got to like select our favorite things.
Those are my favorites.
And then we would like get to take them home versus like trying the craziest things.
I hated
Like,
those videos.
it's like the ugliest clothes.
Yeah, you'd be like, I'm never gonna wear this.
Yeah.
And it also got to a point too where we also started to understand like how bad we were being to the environment as well. So I really always looked forward to like retail ratings episodes because I was like, okay, well, if we're not gonna take these home, like if we genuinely don't think this is something we want in our closet, this is something that will get donated and bought again. No one's gonna be buying trash.
Yeah.
When it's
Right.
like, mass ordering.
Yeah.
And we did, I'm pretty sure that they donated stuff that was not
Oh, yeah.
returnable.
Oh,
They
yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah,
we didn't want
always,
things,
always.
if things were not returnable,
Yeah.
they would put them on a rack and we could look at them. This is during the time, obviously, when we already weren't allowed to keep everything anymore. So they were like, hey, these things, and they were really good about it too. Like Phoebe was really good about being like, hey, we didn't end up being able to return that thing from that episode. Do you want it? And I'd be like, hell yeah, I want that. But if it was not claimed on the rack, and remember, there was also people working in the office besides us. So it wasn't just us. There were like some girls that could also like look through the stuff. If it wasn't claimed on the rack, then they would donate it. So that always used to like irritate me because everyone would be like, this is so wasteful. And I was like, literally, this is all getting donated regardless. Like it was getting donated.
And we did giveaways too to the audience.
No,
with all the
totally.
extra
I'll
stuff
never
as well.
forget when we like low-key got fired. Like when we found out we got fired. I had
Low-key
just,
got fired.
When we low-key got fired.
did get fired?
It was like an initial low-key bit of information, and then I remember I had just put an order in for these Adidas Sambas for Clevver, and I was like, damn, are those Sambas still like coming?
Phoebe was generous at the end, like, 'cause we did a couple episodes, she was like, keep it all, because she knew that was like her last couple of days. She was like, just take it all.
Yeah, no, totally. Shout out to the producers. They wanted us to be able to.
Yeah, they really did.
Bridget and Phoebe for sure always were trying to do their best to let us keep what we wanted.
I also loved mall haul days. Those were fun.
Mall.
Yeah.
Love going to the mall.
No, they were good. I remember, like, even with Bridget too, it was like literally you could just negotiate with her.
Yeah. You're like, Bridget, please.
I'm negotiating with Bridget like
what is it that you want to keep? Like, they really did not like to tell us no, because they also did understand that it's not like we were leaving there balling. And also, just a shout out, like, to the idea, if we're not being selfish, and I can say that with confidence, okay, if we were making a ton of money at that channel, I don't think any of us would have cared as much about the clothing. But
at all, yeah.
There's an expectation also, like, we were shooting 3-4 episodes in a day, even though we had wanted to be able to just shoot 2 for a long time. And that was like a point of contention multiple times throughout my 8-9 years at Clevver, was like, can we please stop shooting more than 2 episodes because it's draining. And every single one of those episodes we had to bring a new outfit for. So it was like, yes, could we repeat clothes? Yes, and we absolutely did. But also, that's not something that we wanted to do. We wanted each episode to look fresh and fun, and like we're appealing to like what's trendy and hip and what the kids are wearing these days.
Oh my gosh.
You know, so which is tough to keep up with.
Those 4 episode days where the last
So like
episode,
we would bring suitcases.
No, but I'm just thinking how loopy you'd be.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god,
last
you'd be like
episode.
dead tired. So
Yeah.
I say that all to say, like, if we were making a ton of money and we were able to like fill our closets with all these clothes, but there were so many times where we'd get to Clevver and we would still have to go in the back closet and pull something because like we just didn't like what we had brought, or it wasn't the vibe, or like you get to Clevver and like all these 3 girls, for example, are wearing like shorts and a tank top, and I came in sweats, and I'm like, well shit, I messed up the whole vibe. I have to change it. So I just want people to also understand, like, we weren't making a lot of money at that channel.
And I think that's like played a huge part into why they did let us keep stuff, like you were saying, because they knew that. So it was almost to compensate for the fact they're like, hey, we appreciate you guys. We know we're not paying you a lot. And we know that we're stretching that day rate by making you film like 4 episodes in a day.
Yeah.
Because like I said, like you guys know, we filmed like those last few episodes on the same day, like the day we got fired. And so like when those videos keep coming out, like Madeline said, we're not making residuals off of those.
No.
Like, we just get a day rate and that's it. So definitely appreciate the clothes.
For sure.
But that segues actually into a question at Jess Kaplan. She was asking about freelancing. How did that work? Like what really does that mean? And like she asked specifically, did you have certain non-compete clauses? So like in case people like don't understand the whole freelancing thing, because I know I saw a lot of comments being like, oh, like that's so messed up that they made you guys be freelancers, of course, so they could like don't have to give you healthcare and all these things. Just to give like a broader view, when you work in entertainment, freelancing, I guess which is kind of what you call it, but each job that we get is freelance, because it's like you book one thing and then you do the job and it might pay great, it might pay okay, and then that's it. Like then you have to book another job. So it's that's normal. It's not like it wasn't like a slight to us the fact that we were freelance. And also going back to old Clevver, there were definitely times when that was a different situation when they did want us to be employees and we chose not to because they would take advantage of people. And
absolutely.
You know, you would want to do other jobs. Like as hosts, you didn't want to be tied down to one company. So being freelance was like a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, and we were always able to do other things, like which was nice. And they always worked with us because all of us are acting, modeling, doing other things. So it was nice. Like if something came up for us, they were always super flexible and always tried to work around like our shoots and stuff.
And I can speak for me personally, the reason why I turned down a contract at old Clevver was because the non-compete clause I felt was incredibly unfair, because also Clevver was like my first real big job. And I wasn't ready to close off any other opportunities yet, and they were very strict about it.
Yeah, they weren't paying enough for full time.
But the non-compete was like it was like not just about like you can't have other jobs, but there was a lot of rules on your social media as well, and also your collabs. And this was back in a day where, I mean, influencer work now sucks, but back then it was like, whew, influencer work was great. So yeah, which I understand, like they are allowed to do that. It's their company, it's their business. I didn't have any ill feelings towards them for doing that. Did I think it was like ridiculous? Yes. Yeah. But it's their company. I just didn't want that for my life.
Yeah, and I think toward the end, had there been an opportunity to like just let us take the channel and then hire us to do that, we would have been open to it, because I don't think toward the end there would have been a non-compete clause situation.
No.
But yeah, it wasn't an issue. And then also, I know I saw a lot of people being like, oh my god, I'm so sorry that you guys lost your jobs. I hope that you find something else. I don't want people to give us false sympathy because it's the situation.
No, yeah.
Well, even when we were working at Clevver, we are going in maybe 2 to 3 times a month, okay?
Yeah.
And those are day rates. So we always had to have other jobs.
It wasn't like our
Clevver was not paying
Yeah, there were times where like a few months would go by where Clevver was my only job, and it would be the biggest reminder that this cannot be your only job. Because I'd be like, oh crap, I need to like go do something, anything at this point.
It always felt like a good, like a bonus, but it was very helpful to my life.
For sure.
Yeah, it was
definitely,
nice.
it couldn't be your only source of income, but we all were always under that impression, so it was never like, I don't know, we always had other things going on to make us money. Yeah.
Learned that lesson after the first time in 2019 got laid. I was like, oh, you can't just have one job.
No, it's actually like, you're right, it's like a
but
really
even,
good lesson.
I mean, entertainment in general, like I've been on TV shows where it's like, I'll make enough to qualify for healthcare that year through SAG, and then I don't switch over to that because I always know this show could get canceled.
Right.
And it's like, it's just out of your hands, and that has happened many a time. So that's kind of just this nature of this business. So I think my brain has adjusted at least to like, it's not that crazy of a concept to be freelance.
No, it's
in
not.
this business, most
of us are.
Yeah.
I think most of us would choose to be freelance
Yes.
always. Like even if there was like a big opportunity that came up, it had to pay like
a lot.
extremely well, because it's not even about like having a good amount of money coming in. It's about just us as artists wanting to do different things.
Yeah.
When you aren't freelance, you're full time with like one company.
Yeah.
It limits just like your creativity and what you're able to do.
Yeah, and when you go full time, like the hours change dramatically, and that was always so nice about Clevver is like, yes, sometimes we'd have to be there for a really long time, but most of the time we'd roll in there at like 9:30, and we'd be done at like 3, and it was really great.
Yeah.
Like, all right, bye. Like, I like those.
And the fact they were so flexible, we could like do auditions there. It was great.
Yeah,
so while we may not want full-time, consistency though
yes
is what you want. What was great about Clevver, because it was like, oh, like a guaranteed job, you know, whether it was once or twice a month, whatever. Somebody was asking, how come in some of the videos you saw us with like if it was swimsuits or lingerie, like we would wear something underneath? So a few different reasons. A lot of times, if I didn't want to shave my vagina.
I know, I'm surprised that's a question. Like,
I want to find it because I want to get the wording wrong.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, a lot of times also the day before, we don't find out until the day before sometimes if we're doing swimwear, and sometimes we just don't feel confident doing swimwear, and it's like, great, we just wear like a undergarment.
So this person asked, a question, I do have one. They had suddenly started having you guys wearing shorts and bodysuits under the clothing. Was that a decision that you guys made for personal comfort, understandable, or was it something brought down from above that you were forced to do? I imagine it was probably nice to not have to worry if you had bikini wax, lol, but still wondered if it had been forced upon you.
That's a very good question. No, that is a very good question. I guess I never thought about that because when Clevver first came back and it was just you and me and the other girls, we would always wear the bathing suits, remember, without anything underneath. So it must be kind of weird to see a giant shift, because I think towards the end we were all wearing stuff underneath. But I think it was just like, again, I think our self-worth also grew. Like I don't need to do like shave my badge or like go get a freaking wax every single time I'm filming if I don't want to. Like I don't want to do this, I'm not gonna do that. And those are the days where I'd be like, well, I'm gonna wear something underneath.
Yeah, I think it was just personal preference, you know, like whatever you felt comfortable with. I know in the beginning a lot of times I would just wear the thing without, because I guess I was getting wax consistently.
But that's what I'm saying, I almost felt like I had to do that more in the beginning. And then like towards the end I was like, nah, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, no, actually that's a good point, because there would be some episodes where if we knew the day before, like, okay, we're doing bikinis tomorrow, I'm gonna
make sure you're
shave. And toward the end I was like, just give me those little
Think about some of the stuff that we were trying on were like a nipple or a vagina lip would pop out.
It's like,
you know what, I'm gonna put something underneath here because, and then also we worked with a lot of women, but there was also men, which we felt very comfortable. I can only speak for myself, very comfortable with. But like sometimes it's like, okay, I don't want my ass cheeks, like I don't want to like, you know, moon Russ or EJ.
No, we became so comfortable.
We
to the
did.
point of we'd be like, EJ, don't zoom in on
I would be like,
my
it's like a bush down there.
Yeah. You just have a razor
I would have hairy legs. Yeah, like just
Yeah.
don't zoom in because I have this or that. And they're like, yeah, no, wait, no.
You're like,
no.
EJ, can you see my nipples? Yeah. They're showing in the camera.
Right.
And he was like, you're good.
They were like awesome.
Yeah, it's very
And
good.
it's also just like sometimes you just don't want to get demonetized, you know?
Yeah.
So-
Well, sometimes videos on YouTube can end up on the wrong side of YouTube if you're in bikinis, like depending on what the
Yeah.
thumbnail was. And I remember them saying that one time. I don't think that it was never forced upon us to wear undergarments, but it was definitely like we felt more comfortable towards the end.
Yeah.
Just doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
for
I
sure.
cringe sometimes when I look at the thumbnails, and I will say that to anyone who asks me. I would say to their face. But there was definitely a point in time where it was a long point in time too, where I just felt like all of the thumbnails were like purposely very clickbaity.
They do what they were
very
sexual.
They used
I know.
Drew for views.
I don't wanna say-
100%.
But there was definitely a time when I started to notice,
Yeah.
depending on, you know, if it was a bra episode or like whatever. And this is not, I'm not saying like, oh, the producers, like, I get it, like you're a company, they're gonna do what's gonna get more clicks.
Right.
But I was just thinking from like a business standpoint, I'm like, I'm not being paid any extra money.
Right.
Like, why am I being used for thumbnail just because I got huge knockers? And I came to a point when we, no, but I'm gonna say this, and I don't care how it sounds. There came a point after Sports Illustrated where I was like, you need to pay me a double rate for the bikini episodes, and I had to fight for it.
Yeah.
But because it was like, wow,
Wow, that's amazing, Drew. I didn't know that.
it only happened like twice, but like still.
No, but I felt that way during COVID when we were starting to get asked to make TikToks, and my TikTok was popping off, and I remember being like, my face during this point and my likeness on TikTok was, I felt, worth more than what it used to be because I had a bigger involved audience. So it was kind of that conversation too, where you start to know your worth and your likeness because of certain things that you're doing in the hemisphere, and that's great.
Also, I just think that
It was very important.
I just think that they.
Yeah, they never used my photo for thumbnails for like the first year. I mean, this episode was there recently. No, you know why I think it wasn't? Because I was a new person for the channel, so it wasn't gonna drive clicks. But I just remember being like, I chose to be offended for no reason.
how can I get it?
I wasn't towards the end. It was fine.
Bro, we need to count how many thumbnails you're on with your boobs out.
Child.
Honestly, like that should
It's
be a
just-
video
it
itself.
just felt like very obvious to us too, and I didn't like that. And there's like one cheat day episode that will like haunt me for the rest of my life. Yeah, because I did foods on sticks, and the thumbnail is so like it's so bad. You guys, I'm gonna show it.
Are you serious?
I'm gonna show it to you. It's like mortifying.
Should I pop it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should pop it up in the
Ruin
video.
her life.
But I just have to show it to you because it's like
That's
actually.
why when we did this one episode with the chiropractor, I'm not gonna say who it was, but like she was like, remember Sinead? She was like, just do your face like this. Like you're getting popped or whatever. And I was like, I'm not gonna do a moaning face.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we must be
I
able
need to laugh. I'm sorry.
Did you
Bro, that's obnoxious.
Yeah,
That's
especially back then. It's like,
Yeah, and it's got like over 1 million views, and I'm like, yeah, no wonder.
Do you want to talk about?
that's far,
Disgusting.
yeah.
You can edit this out, but do you want to talk about that one day that I know you and I were really uncomfortable?
Oh yeah.
The nudity day.
Nudity day.
Don't talk about that. Drew thinks we were like overreacting.
Oh, yeah. I have a different
We
point.
can't talk about that.
We can't talk about that, but
I
yeah, if you want to.
We talked about it. Okay, this question is from probably Nargles. Said, I would definitely love to know more things with like the side-eye emojis. There were always a few people who gave weird vibes towards each other in videos.
That's so funny.
What is that?
You gossiping girl. You wanna know?
She wants the taste.
She wants the tea. Yeah, she wants the tea. She wants to know. She's like, who hated each other? Tell her.
Madeline is so clueless, actually.
No, and I think, well, Sinead and I always joke that people always thought you and I didn't like each other, and I feel like we had the best time. Like, I don't know.
I mean, like literally.
That's our faces.
Here's what I'll say.
I don't think they're talking about us.
You're the only
really?
you're the only person that I genuinely like actually felt very close to. So like I was very bad at hiding that, but I didn't actually like strongly dislike anyone. I just didn't vibe with people
Are you
as much
talking
as
the
I
new
vibed
people?
with you.
Are you talking the new people besides them?
Sinead, it takes work. Like, she's not gonna just be nice to
from the
anybody that's coming in. So when
Yeah.
you no, I didn't mean to say it like that. You know, like you're not
gonna
just
be
like people need to like
It's real.
work to get to know you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with
Right, so, like-
I think I screenshot.
It's like an energy. It's also like an energy thing.
Right, and so I think it's
hard to
I
fake
think
it.
I found it really funny that people always thought that you and I hate each other because like I'd be like, oh, she's the one I do like.
Somebody, we were giggling. We would giggle the most, like all of us. Like
I got along with you so well from the beginning, which is crazy.
I just think about the days that us
I
four.
commented back and I was like, she does like her.
What?
Oh,
Somebody
weird.
was like, I second this, although I have a sneaky feeling that Sinead doesn't like Jackie. We like to put this
What?
rumor to
Jackie?
rest. Sinead, do you like Jackie?
Jackie's like one of my best friends.
But I'm trying to think like if they were watching it. First of all, that is wild.
That is
Because
so
in real life, like
funny.
obviously. But I maybe I could
I
see
commented back and said, Sinead loves Jackie, don't worry.
maybe like the energy that we give off sometimes, like because we talk shit to each other a lot
Yeah,
on
we
camera.
really do.
If I'm thinking about it, because
That's
we're
funny.
so close, like we're so honest with each other, and we just
Yeah.
like talk smack. I'm thinking about like the steak day, the makeup day. You're like. Sinead and I are opposites, but we love each other. Sinead is like very chill. I'm obnoxious, so when we're together, it's like
You're hilarious, Jackie.
no, but like the makeup thing. It's like Sinead like it's very practical, and I'm like all over the place. She's like Jackie.
And
Those are like my funniest episodes because I really like those episodes.
And it's just like, I feel like when you're actually friends with people,
Yes.
you can be jokey and snarky with each other.
Yes.
Like, that's a sign that you're
I've never heard that one before. I've heard like
neither.
I've heard a lot of like Sinead hates this person, Sinead hates this person. And like maybe a lot of the times it was like kind of true. I don't know, but I've never heard any people
Between
anybody
you
say
and I.
yeah
Interesting.
It's not even a hate thing, right? It's more of just like an energy. Like it's hard to be fake and laugh when it's like
That's what I'm
something
saying.
that makes you laugh,
That's
or
definitely was my biggest issue with
an energy.
with like Clevver, especially because I do take work in the sense that if I don't like vibe with you, I just kind of check out, which is not great. It's something I've been working on, and Clevver has helped me a lot. But I also got so lucky to meet people I genuinely loved and really enjoyed working with. But yeah, no, it's very tough, especially like when you're in a vulnerable like environment too, and you've been there all day. And you're just like, oh, there's like this person that is coming in and has to like, you have to basically like love them immediately. You don't really get a choice, you know?
True.
But I love girls, so it would help in that sense where I do enjoy like talking shit, gossiping, finding out about people's lives and stuff. I think just, it was sometimes a really difficult environment for me. And I haven't quite figured out why.
I think that's fair. No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say this is like it. I swear these comments like gaslight me into thinking everyone hates me, or like it's like those it's like those Us magazine things when they're like this couple's on the verge of divorce, and you're like
are
we
they?
on the like when you're the couple and you're like damn are we on the verge? Like it makes you be like look at yourself and I'm like damn does everyone hate? You guys hate me?
No.
Let me know.
I will say, I definitely have won some Oscars in Clevver videos. I will say that.
I know, I think it's funny that everyone always thinks I hate people.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Because
Because I feel like
I didn't like mesh or didn't care, but I genuinely like I wasn't the
You
one
just show it more.
yeah, I know. So you just can't fix your face. I'm poker face apparently.
Wait, do you hate people?
I hate everyone.
Cut it out, blur it out.
I hate everyone equally.
Equal opportunity hatred.
Equal opportunity hatred. No, hate's a strong word.
Strongly dislike.
Listen, there's some people who I had, you know, some areas of contention with. But but it's probably more than you
My
think.
brain is so narrow. I'm thinking like
No.
you can cut that,
Okay.
but it's more like those people.
And this is the thing.
Bleep that out.
About me is that you guys will learn like the more content I put out. I am nice. I'm like a bear. Unless you poke me, I'm not gonna bite back. But if you poke me, I'm gonna bite your head.
Yeah.
And
true.
I'm not gonna pretend like, oh, I was an angel throughout all things. If someone did something to me, oh, I also retaliated.
Right.
I can't wait to hear this.
There's a beauty of working with all women, and it can also be extremely complicated because I'm somebody who is a girl's girl. I am. 10 toes down, always am. But not everyone is like that. And sometimes, you know, emotions run. I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but like there's insecurities that run, and then you project on people.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, a lot of that energy sometimes was aimed toward me. And listen, it happens.
so nice.
We'll talk.
She's like so into it. She's like,
We'll talk off camera. But I will say, this is the long line. All of us, this was great. Except Jackie and I, you know.
I was gonna bring it up too. Me and Drew, like we've had
A lot
of issues, but it's like me and Drew are
You weren't even
so
what I was talking about, by the
close.
way.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like just to clear it up, we love each other.
Yeah.
But we've had our like normal friendships.
Yeah.
And it would suck when we would have arguments and we'd have to film and everybody else would have to deal with us because you would feel
everybody or Sinead?
There was that one.
Sinead.
You guys would never know. And that's like a testament
We're so
to like
good.
how professional we are.
We're getting along today, by the way.
There was just that one day.
But it wasn't just, that was when they
But
were.
that was the bad day.
You guys would be shocked to know there are videos that you would have no idea where Jack and I were literally not speaking to each other.
Yeah, it was hella awkward.
But when the camera turned on, we were like, and no, it got so bad that like we were like not, we're like, I was like, I can't work with her. Like we were not allowed to be on the same page.
That's crazy.
Truth or drink. The truth or drink
and
one.
the Disney swimsuits. Do you remember that?
Was I there?
Jack and I were not. Yeah,
I was there,
You did
right?
the Sleeping Beauty one. You did the. I had the Little Mermaid. Jackie had the.
Yeah.
I'll pop in the clips.
I feel like we need a countdown. Like, it's gotta be like a,
I'm trying to make it not like a striptease.
Right, you're right.
I'm Ariel.
Are you? Is that who you are? I didn't know.
Oh my god!
I know. Now we better be recording this.
Oh my!
I know. This needs to be yours. You should. I know.
But the truth or drink one, Drew ended up drinking a little bit, so at the end of the shoot, we ended up getting along.
Yeah.
So it was good that it was a drinking shoot, but we were not talking that day.
Sinead was like really uncomfortable. Like she was in the middle that day.
I was in the middle, like physically in the middle.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to Clevver Style.
Hi. Today we are gathered here around this oval table.
It's the Last Supper.
It might be our last supper.
It might.
It might be. Listen, this is gonna be good because tequila is like truth serum.
But it was like while we were filming, I know this is getting loud, but while we were filming, Drew, like when she gets drunk, she can't like, on
No
a normal
filter.
set day, like she'd be fine, she'll pretend and we'll be all happy, but because she was drinking, there was a moment, what did she say to me today? She looked at me and she goes, oh really, Jackie? Do you want to talk about
she
it?
was like,
I don't remember that.
What did
she goes in the middle of like, it was like they were flipping the cameras or something.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there all awkward being like, These are like my two best friends too. So I'm just like, this is weird and awkward. And like, we're all just sitting there and then Drew, all of a sudden, like it's all quiet. And then Drew, like, kind of like not in a loud tone either, just like a normal tone. She's like, why are you mad, Jackie?
Yeah.
And I'm literally like, oh my god, we're doing this now. We're doing this now.
In front of like the whole
I had
And
two shots
Jackie
of tequila.
like kind of heard it, but she just like didn't address it. And Drew's like, Jackie, why are you mad?
And I remember Jill. I think Jill was there that day, and she was like, okay.
No, Bridget was there. Bridget was like literally like her cheeks got so red, and
Was,
she
like,
literally
nervous.
had this moment of what have I done because
she gave us the alcohol.
And everybody was aware at that
it
point.
was already
that we
planned
weren't-
before they were fighting. You guys were fighting, so like,
Yeah.
we were gonna play truth or drink regardless. But then, like right before about to go, Drew goes, "Well, I've taken 3 shots," and I went, "Oh shit! Like it's about to go
It's
down."
about to go down.
That was probably like a very real episode of Clevver for sure.
Good times.
It was great. You would never have known. You guys were so good at
Hiding
being
it.
professional.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
seriously.
last thing I will say on that, I've thought about editing some Clevver videos into my acting reel. Because like it's impressive. So like
I have some of my cover videos in my acting reel because some of it was acting.
acting 1000%. I won't show clips of those videos, but I'll talk to you guys after that.
That's
I
good.
should like Meryl Streep
That's
level.
hysterical.
A couple people asked this, will they delete the content from the channel? I've been watching for so long and I go back all the time and watch videos. I hope they stay.
No.
We hope they stay too.
They're
That was-
making money off of it still.
Yeah.
They're not taking it down.
I don't
They're
think
still
they-
making money.
Uh-huh.
If anybody who makes that decision is watching this, please don't take it down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
it's
no
like free money at this point. I mean, I guess not free because they paid for it, but you know what I mean?
No,
like,
it's right.
Free money for them.
Yeah, they're still making money off of those.
For sure.
Okay, last thing. I know you and the girls are close, but what does the future look like for everyone? What are you guys doing now? We want to see you guys all together again. So if you guys like want to like briefly talk about like, we do other stuff other than Clevver, obviously. Maybe you want to plug, you want to talk about.
Oh, like our individual things?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, follow me everywhere. Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram.
her TikTok is like hilarious.
I'm trying,
really
guys.
funny.
I'm trying.
Really
Yeah.
funny.
But Mylon also acts, like I think like people only know us from Clevver, so it's like,
Yeah.
follow my acting career. Or stuff.
Nothing
Sinead
fun.
has like a whole show on QVC.
Yeah, on QVC Plus, which is an app. If you download that, I have.
Wait,
new episodes.
I'm excited to watch this.
It's called Curated by Sinead, and there's new episodes on Thursdays on QVC Plus. Download it wherever you download your apps.
Yes.
Put it right next to your Netflix icon, so you never forget to watch it.
Amazing.
And all of Jackie's food content.
Oh, it's killing it.
Follow me at your local restaurant. I might be there. If you see me, let's have a meal together. That'd be
Yes.
awesome.
And I'll for sure like put, like I did the last video, like put everybody's like socials and everything. Madeline has a YouTube channel as well in the description. All the good things. And then obviously, I need to just do a video on like work shit because like I never talk about it, but like
You do so many
I host
things.
act mainly commercial stuff and then model too. And obviously the hugest question that people have asked: will you guys be making a channel together? Will we guys see you guys together again? What's the situation? This is the thing. You guys will for sure see us together again in some capacity. We're friends in real life, like for whether it's vlogs, TikToks, whatever, you guys are for sure gonna see us. We're talking about the idea of like potentially doing something together as like a you know, a platform you guys can go to for where it's all of us.
Right.
Of course, like in a perfect case scenario, we could do it all the time, like as frequently as Clevver. Obviously, everybody has separate lives, and at the beginning, we're not going to be getting paid to do that. So it's like a matter of getting schedules together and all that. But you guys will for sure see us.
Yeah. The one thing that is certain is that we want to do something.
Yeah.
Right.
We just, what it totally looks like, we have some ideas that we've talked about, what it totally looks like and how it lives on the internet, one way or another, it has to be determined. But like, I think we all are on the same page, so we definitely want to make something happen.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's close it out. We love you guys so much. Seriously, cannot stress it enough. You guys are the reason why we have this platform, and we appreciate you for like keeping interested and watching. And it has been an honor to serve with you.
Don't say that, more to come. I do want to say one last thing. I think from Drew's post, and I think Madeline posted something on TikTok, I posted something on Instagram talking about Clevver ending, and the amount of you guys that left comments talking about how you want to see us together and how much Clevver has meant to you, that means so much to us. Because like, it's seeing that we like make you guys happier, or like you enjoy the content. It's like we want to keep creating that magic, and we love working together. So we are gonna do something, and we appreciate y'all's support more than you know.
Seriously.
Listen, I was in South Africa at the airport, and this girl came up to me.
She left a comment.
Oh, she did? Saying that she saw me at the airport?
And she was like,
She was on her way to
so nice
Zanzibar.
to me.
Yeah, she was on her way to Zanzibar with her family. And she came up and I was just like, oh my God, because obviously I hadn't said anything about Clevver yet. And also I've gotten a few questions, are you ever gonna say anything about Clevver? No. I couldn't have said it better myself, honestly. Your video just like hit the nail on the head, it was perfect. But yeah, I met her and I was just like, oh, this is so weird because we hadn't said anything about it yet, and it's almost like a little bit of imposter syndrome where I'm just like, oh, this thing is gone, and people I haven't like been honest about it, so I'm actually really happy it's out in the open, and people know now that like it's over.
Yeah, we were like all dragging our feet a little because I think we didn't know how we wanted to talk about it, if we were ready, if we were allowed to.
Yeah,
right.
But always say hi, please, because it really
Always say
Boost our ego so
it
much.
really
Especially if we're on a date.
Yes.
If we're on a date, for sure.
Oh, yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, interrupt the dinner, like come say hi. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm such a fan.
Yo, I guess I was lit, cause like all of like the team members, like cause everybody came up to me, I love you guys, and everybody's like, Jackie, like what's going on? And I'm like,
oh,
I don't know, like oh my God.
I'm really always shocked. I like don't realize. I know it's got 3 million subscribers, but I like don't. I can't picture it.
I don't think we realize it until it happens, and then we see all the comments or like meet you guys in real life, like the magnitude of it. Because like when you're just doing the job, you kind of feel like it's an echo chamber.
No,
like,
for sure. Like
Like
that one time we went to Six Flags and Drew was scared to go on the big roller coaster, so we put her on the kiddie roller coaster, the one that's a dragon. And the girl operating the ride knew all of us.
That's amazing.
And I was like, the only thing greater than putting Drew on this kiddie roller coaster is the fact that the ride operator was like, oh my God, Drew, she made a meal? And you were like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
That was like I was sneaking candy into the movies one time, and I was so stressed about it because they were checking bags, and we get to the front, and she was like, hey, I follow you from Clevver. I'm like, I'm in. I can't be in. I'm famous.
I'm honestly like nervous because like a lot of you guys will not say anything.
Yeah.
And then like after the fact you'll message me like, oh, I saw you, I was just
Right.
And I've had situations where
You
like,
know someone recognizes you too, but they don't want to say anything because they're just like,
We were at the mall that one time, I remember.
But also now I'm nervous, like, is it gonna be like my guy know and then I don't know? You know what I mean? So just say it so that it breaks the ice for me and then I don't feel like uncomfortable. Shout out to I got my blood drawn and the lady who took my blood, she was like, afterwards, she was like, oh, watch Clevver. And I was like, oh my gosh, so have you told me?
Why?
That's amazing.
That's so cool.
And wait, last thing too,
Yeah.
you guys are commenting like how much it's your comfort show, and I just resonate with that so much because I only watch comfort shows, and so like I don't know, it spoke to me in this way where I'm like, oh, I see you guys, and it's like such a bummer that it's like that's over because I just love the comfort.
No, it's like the thing that you
Yeah.
put on, like just
Yeah.
even like when you're doing other things, you're just like listening, and then every once in a while you just like laugh at something.
Yes.
You sit down and watch for a few seconds. Yeah, no. I know we talk a lot, like especially personally, we talk a lot about Clevver in different ways. Like we'll have days where we just are like, God damn, we were still doing this. Other days we're like, oh God, remember when that happened? But at the end of the day, like we are all genuinely so grateful for that job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
it was
sure.
the best.
It really was.
Yeah.
And the worst.
Yeah,
The best and the worst. Yeah,
Like-
combination of both. Love-hate relationship.
like any
You can't
job,
say
I
worse
feel.
because they'll be like the coal miners, you know what I mean?
No, that's fair.
But you could say
Well, I mean, we grew up on that show. I took that job when I was pregnant, and I have an 8-year-old. So
that's crazy.
Yeah,
Oh my God, this
I know,
Jane.
you're old as fuck.
Ew! Should we do outfit check?
Oh my God.
We love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.